What's going on, my friend? Hopefully, you have had a fantastic Monday, coming back from an amazing weekend, all of that beautiful stuff. So, earlier today, I put up a poll and I asked you what should I do a live series about, whether it should be plant-based fat loss or understanding and why you should detox. And overwhelmingly, you chose plant-based fat loss. So for the rest of this week, at 9 o'clock every day, for the rest of the week, I'll go live and we'll be talking about plant-based fat loss. Today is the introduction, so tune in, grab your notes. I'll go over what we'll cover over the next 5 days, well, the next 4 days, because today will be pretty a light intro. Go over it, maybe answer some questions, give you an idea of what the series will be about and how it can help you in your journey to be healthy, lose weight, and not just lose weight, lose fat. So let's jump into that real quick and talk about the difference between weight loss and fat loss, and then we'll go a little bit deeper into understanding plant-based fat loss, because oftentimes people use the term weight loss when they're really probably looking for fat loss. And what do you mean by that, coach? I thought it was the same. Well, weight loss is actually when you lose overall body mass. Break it down some more, coach. What do you mean? Weight loss means you're losing both muscle and fat. When you lose weight, again, I'll repeat that. When you lose weight, you're losing both muscle and fat. That's why oftentimes when people start to lose weight, they talk about how they don't start to feel right. They just to get softer and be more plush. And if they revert to eating back the way that they did before, they actually gain more weight than before. Hey, no worry. I hope you jump back in, join in tomorrow, watch the replay, all of that. I appreciate you for being here. And so that reminds me, let me take a step back. I jumped right on in. I was so anxious to start talking. I never asked you how you were doing today. In the comments, you know how we normally do. Put a 7 in the comments if you're feeling good. If you're here to learn and you're just ready for some more. Put a 7 in the comments. Let's see them 7s go up. I appreciate you. Let's wave at all these folks that have joined in here. There we go, Boss Up 305. So I would always like these lives to be engaging. I don't want to just be talking at you. I want to talk to you and talk with you. So to get back on topic at hand, weight loss versus fat loss. Weight loss, you're losing both muscle mass as well as fat. That's why when some people start to lose weight, they lose size. They start to feel soft. They start to feel plushy. When they're like, I'm doing all this working out, but I don't feel any muscle. And that's because probably the type of working out you're doing is causing you to lose weight and not lose fat. So let's talk about that in a minute. So for a second, I should say. Fat loss is when you are able to release the fat cells, I'm not going to get too sciencey on you, and release the fluid that's in those fat cells while maintaining your muscle mass and or growing your muscle mass. That's why sometimes you may not see a huge weight change, but you'll see a huge recomposition in someone's body because they decided that they were going to focus on losing fat while maintaining and building muscle. And so there's a couple of reasons and a couple of ways that can happen. More than likely, when people are on a weight loss journey, they reduce their calories down a lot and they start to do a lot of cardio. Well, the body gets really good at burning energy, and so it just finds everything is energy. And since you're doing a lot of cardio, there is nothing there to help rebuild the muscles. And oftentimes there's not enough protein or a few other vital nutrients that you need to make sure that you are able to maintain that muscle mass. So why am I talking about fat loss versus weight loss? And this is supposed to be understanding plant-based fat loss. That's crucial so that you understand how you're eating and what you're eating is going to affect both your muscles and your fat. because there is an often misconception out there that fat turns into muscle. It doesn't. There are fat cells and there are muscle cells. One cannot become the other. Why can't a muscle cell become a fat cell, coach? That's like saying I'm going to take an eye cell and make a tongue cell. It doesn't work. Cells are coded different, they're built different, they have different requirements. Now, what can happen is your muscles can build more cells and they can grow in volume, meaning the amount of fluid that they retain, or your fat cells can either release fluid and shrink in size so that your muscles look bigger. And then once the body sees that that cell is no longer useful, it will typically get rid of some of them. However, most of your fat cells are set. They will grow, but they're set. So you can lose and shrink and get rid of all the fluid inside of them by breaking the fat cell wall. However, the fat cell is still there to be reinflamed or reinfluidized. I can't think of the right word right now. If you start to eat incorrectly again. So back to what I was saying, I get sidetracked. Muscles, cells, and fat cells are two total things. Muscle does not turn into fat, and fat does not turn into muscle. It is not biologically possible. Those cells can either get bigger or smaller. They can multiply or not multiply. One cannot turn into the other. So with that being said, focusing on fat loss can be very scientific if done correctly. And so how do you target just fat instead of targeting muscles? That's going to come down to what you eat and how you train your body. Because the body is very good at finding ways to use energy. And so that's why oftentimes cardio has diminishing returns. What is diminishing returns, coach? You're going on a lot of subjects. Diminishing returns is the more you do something, the less benefit you get of it. So because your body gets used to the walking, we'll use walking as an example of cardio. If you walk the same 3 miles or the same 5 miles and you just add an additional mile, but you keep walking the same pace, your body gets used to that pace and it finds a way to do that same amount of work and use less energy. And walking doesn't build your muscles. It just burns calories. So you have to do actual resistance training to build your muscles in accordance with eating correctly. But so that's kind of the breakdown between fat loss and weight loss, just so you have a base understanding as we move forward. That's what I'm glad you asked that, Lucinda. So that's what this whole next 5 days, the rest of the week, is going to be about. I'm going to be covering how eating plant-based and understanding plant-based fat loss. So we're going to go into perfect question to segue into what we need to talk about next. Who we got want to come in here? I'll answer your question in a second, Lynn May Ewan, if you still want to ask it. So for the rest of the week, we will be talking about understanding plant-based fat loss. So we're going to talk about understanding your gut and your gut microbe and the role that plays in fat loss. Peace. So the gut microbe, that's going to be tomorrow. I'm going to spend the whole day on that because that is a huge part of understanding your body. Fat loss, weight gain, weight loss, any health improvements you want to make is going to start with your gut. There are some scientists who believe that the gut is actually called the second brain, some who call it the first brain, because everything that happens in your gut controls the hormones that are released in your body, and so the hormones tell your brain what to do. So that's why sometimes they'll say that. So yeah, the gut area is a lot of people's problem, sis. You don't have to, you're not alone there. So again, here, I'll pin this comment. I'm glad you asked that question. So let me paste, post, pin. So Understanding plant-based fat loss, part 1 of 5. So this is a 5-part series where the rest of the week we'll be talking about plant-based fat loss. And I began this live talking about the difference between weight loss and fat loss because there is a difference. So I hope everybody's caught up. If not, go back and watch the replay. So what you eat is going to play a huge factor in whether you gain weight, lose fat, gain fat. And all of that starts with your gut microbe. The reason being, your gut microbe is going to control the hormones that your body releases. Your hormones are what's in control of what you crave, how much of something you crave, so how big your appetite is, how often your appetite resumes, and the things that you have an appetite for. So if your gut microbe is off and you're craving salty, sugary, oily foods, and you're craving them often, guess what that's going to lead to? Overeating and additional weight gain, obesity, all of that. So understanding your gut microbe is going to be a huge portion in reversing fat loss and reversing any illness or chronic disease that you may be facing. So that would be tomorrow's talk. We're going to get into the gut microbe and really do a deeper dive because, again, I could talk all night about that alone. The second part that we're going to get into, which is a huge factor in being obese, overweight, and chronic illness as well, is inflammation. And inflammation ties back into your gut microbe. And why am I talking about inflammation? So inflammation on its own is actually the body's response to do very good. For that, on weight loss, you'll send me a DM and we can start a conversation with that. I almost got sidetracked. Let me bring it back to focus. Inflammation. Inflammation is actually a good thing in the body because it's the body's response to a foreign invasion, to anything that happens. So to give you an idea, if you get a splinter, the area is going to get swollen so that antibodies and all of that stuff comes to start to fight off any infection that may be there. So acute inflammation is helpful. It's the body's way of warding off disease and fighting back. Where most people have a problem is they're not dealing with acute inflammation. They're dealing with chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation is when you have inflammation emitting throughout your body, and now it's starting to again cause problems with blood flow, causing problems with swelling, causing problems with nutrients, a whole slew of things. So the second portion that we're going to talk about is inflammation, foods that are going to avoid inflammation, foods that cause inflammation. Because once you have a better understanding of that, you'll be able to combat that. And within itself, being overweight and obese, fat itself is an inflammatory thing. So you'll want to understand and tune in for that. So inflammation will be on Wednesday. Gut microbe will be tomorrow on Tuesday. On Thursday, we'll talk about the importance of fiber. Which it's funny because fiber ties back into your gut microbe and inflammation. Because when you eat more fiber, it is anti-inflammatory, and fiber feeds the healthy gut microbes that you have. So you see how each one of these topics stacks on top of each other, and how just by eating plant-based within itself, you start to course correct and fix a lot of issues, because your body is a system. It's a closed system. One thing affects the other. So if your gut microbe is off, your hormones are going to be off. If your hormones are going to be off, everything that your hormones talk to are going to be off. If your where was I going with that? So it's an if your breathing is off, that means that you're not going to have enough oxygen in your body. So that means all of the other systems are going to be fighting for more oxygen. So your body is a closed system, and by feeding it correctly, you are able to correct at the root a lot of the problems that happen with your body. And that's why I believe 100% in a plant-based lifestyle, not some pseudo I'll eat meat here and there kind of thing. No, if your house is on fire, put the damn fire out. Don't run back in for the family photo album. So on Thursday, we'll be talking about the importance of fiber and how that ties into plant-based fat loss. And again, as you see, everything ties into itself or to the next topic. And then on Friday, we'll cover everything else under the sun, why the plant-based lifestyle is the key one, because it's low in added fat, it's low in added sugar, and it completely removes processed foods. And so on day 5 on Friday, we'll cover the final topic of everything under the sun and tying it all together. So if you are one of the people that are in my audience who joined because they are having an issue with obesity, diabetes, all of that, my 90-day Healthy and Fit program, or my Healthy and Fit in 90, would be the solution for you. So if you want more details about how you can get hand-by-hand, one-on-one coaching with me, send me a DM with the word healthy, and we'll start that conversation and get you a free consultation. I should have said this from the beginning. Today is the absolute last day to get the plant-based bundle, where you can spend $50 and get over 100, actually I just read the stats, over 200 ebooks and guides, over 1,000 recipes. It's a collaboration of over 100 content creators in the plant-based space that have added their ebooks, their courses, and their guides to help you with this journey. Meant to say that at the beginning. Shameless plug, but it's helpful for you. Yes, I am a part of it. I entered 3 of my products. I entered my Southern Sunday Dinner Made Vegan recipe book. I added my mini course, my Going Plant-Based Made Simple mini course, as well as my Shredded Abs program. So just 3 of my programs that would normally cost you $150, you can get in this program for $50 amongst all the other content creators. So go click the link in my bio. That's only available until midnight tonight. Midnight tonight, Eastern Standard Time. So for all my people on the West Coast, that's 9 o'clock for you. For my people all over the world, know where you at, but midnight Eastern Standard Time, that deal goes away. So click the link in my bio, go get that. Now to tie it back into what we were talking about. If you want to lose weight going plant-based, my homegirl, guess who's vegan? She put her ebook, 2 of her books in the bundle. My girl has lost over 100 pounds by going plant-based, by going vegan. She didn't even go plant-based. She went vegan for a year. For 1 year, she's been vegan, and she's lost over 100 pounds. She didn't add working out in. She didn't add any of the frills. She ate processed vegan foods because she was transitioning and she made it her own. She lost 100 pounds. Let that sink in. Go check her out. Guess who's vegan? It's very simple to spell. Guess who's vegan? You listen to her story. It's super inspiring. And so her information is in the bundle. My information in the bundle. Hundreds of other content creators' information is a part of that bundle to help you make this lifestyle your own and simple. So now that I've given you an outline of what this plant-based weight loss series is going to be about, or fat loss series is going to be about, I've given you some insights into the plant-based bundle. Now I am open to answer some questions. Me too, what's her name? Yeah, Sunny as well. My homegirl, Sunny Speaks Vegan. She's lost over 100 pounds by going vegan and helping other people. She's a plant-based chef. So there are tons of people out there to be as an example for you. Me too, what's her name? Guess who's vegan? Shantae. So I must have missed some comments here going on. So I'm going back to read the comments. Not the family photo. All right, Lady Key. Yeah, that's one of my new sayings, man. Is if your house is on fire, please don't run back in talking about I can't give up this or I can't give up that. That's like your house being on fire and you run back in for the family photo album. If you ain't got it up online by now, just let that thing go. Your life ain't worth it. I was talking to a homeboy about that the other day, about how he keep risking his life because he knows what he needs to do. He's been a friend of mine for 2 years, but he refuses. He's like, oh, but I done been back so many times. It's cool. It's working. No, it ain't. But anyway, so now that I've done with my jabbering, let me serve some more. So, what questions do you have about eating plant-based and how it could help you improve your lifestyle, whether it be chronic illness, whether it is fat loss, weight loss? Whoa, Lady Key. So that I did not know. So you are definitely on trend to talk to. So if you want to join in, come on in here. My sister is down 110 pounds from going to veganism last year. We're talking about herself, not a story that she heard or somebody else. So yeah, like come on, if you're willing, because I know we talked about going live. We're going to do an actual interview, but I'd love for you to get in and chime in on this, because you're living it. I haven't had the lifestyle where I had to lose. I've had to improve some things, but I've helped other people. So hearing it out of the mouth of someone who's had to go through the steps, who's had to make the adjustments, I'd love to hear your perspective. And anybody else, if you have questions, drop them here in the question box. If you want to join in this live and ask me your question live, I'm here for it. If you would like to get the plant-based bundle, go ahead and make sure that you click the link in my bio. It is available this until midnight tonight. Yeah, for real. And I keep adjusting my shirt. I bought this shirt off Amazon, and the neck is horrible. Is it easy to transition?
Hello, brother.
Peace, sis. So, boss up 305. Easy? No, it's not easy. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not easy, but it can be simple, and all the work you put in will be worth it. You will see an improvement in your life quality. You will see an additional years in your life. You will see some extra energy. You will see your stamina in the bedroom go up. So these are all the things that you will see. It might not be easy, but you will see all of these improvements. And with the right tools and systems in place, it can be simple. And I'll stop talking and turn it over to somebody who actually lived the lifestyle. And yes, keep drinking key limes has benefits. That is one of the recommendations for my clients. That's a part of my meal plan for my clients. Every morning they drink key lime water. And I see you done jumped in here, Nadia. Appreciate you.
Love you, cousin. Listen, first of all, brother, I love you, brother. I love you. I love you. I love you. I just was talking to one of the tribe members about you, because he's going into the fitness realm, and what he's doing, he's about to become a fitness coach, and he's on his way to become certified. So I was like, listen, if I don't know nobody else that you need to be following, it's this brother right here, because he's on the same path. He's on the same.
So humble.
And listen, we got to stick. One thing about this community, we sticks together. So I just want to say that, like, yes, nothing that as wasn't hard, right? Nothing worth it, right, is doesn't ever come easy. Everything that's worth it always comes with some type of price to pay. And the reason for that is because the way of the universe, right? So you have to learn to appreciate the process so you don't go backwards. So my saying that I tell my tribe is to grow through the pain. A lot of our people, we just go through things, right? Because they say we have to go through it. But my thing is, when are we going to start growing through the pain, right? Is where plants tend to grow, right?
Right.
So the seed is planted and buried in the dirt. Ain't no light in there. It's all darkness, right? They got to figure their way out to get to the top, right? They start off as this little seed, and then they make their way to the top, right? And become something great and beautiful. So look at yourself as a plant that's growing through the pain. That's what I wanted to say about that. It's worth it. It's worth it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And even forget all of that. I mean, I hear your little ones in the background. I know my little ones are up there. If you're not going to do it for you, do it for the people that care about you.
Mm-hmm.
Because one of the questions that I often ask my clients on their consultation call is to help them really sit home with what happens if they don't change is who would be affected if you didn't wake up tomorrow?
Hello. Legacy.
Who and how would they be affected if you didn't wake up tomorrow?
Right.
That's what I really need people to think, because I don't think enough people have associated enough pain with the lifestyle that they're having, because they're like, oh, well, if it happens, it happens. Well, if it does happen, who's hurt by that?
Exactly.
Who's affected?
You know what? Let me tell you something, and I'm glad you said that. This was my reason for transitioning. Was my son. My he suffered from allergies really, really bad. When I say like eyes swollen, like burnt, scratching holes through his skin, like he mowing the grass outside and we in the house and he's affected by it. And one day he came to me and he said, Mommy, it's your fault I can't go outside. Broke my little heart, because anybody who knows me knows I live for my boys, right? And when he came and told me that, I was like, oh, that broke me down. I was like, I got to do something. And it was in that moment where I was like, okay, see, what I'm doing is affecting him, right? My emotional baggage, the things that I go through my spirit are affecting my child, right? I have to make a change. So I started to get in tune with people like I Am Surviving Vegan, and I joined her course, and I was like, I got to take this a step further. I created a meal plan for him. I created some remedies, and my baby one day was like, Mom, I'm going outside. Like, we transformed his mind first, though. A lot of people don't understand, right? The first thing before you get into any lifestyle is to transform this. If this is not aligned with your spirit, you won't be able to sustain any lifestyle. So my slogan is transform your mind in order to align transform your mind to align your spirit in order to nourish your body, right? So that was the first thing we worked on, was his mindset. Kids have a voice. Children have a voice. They want to be heard. Absolutely. How you want to be heard, right? You were once.
Absolutely.
So when he came and told me that, changed everything. The day, it was, when I say it was hot outside, it was the sun, like the sun was at its highest, the grass was at its greenest, people was out there mowing the lawn. I'm like, baby, you want to go outside now? And he was like, this is what he said to me, I don't have allergies anymore. That let me know his mindset was changing. And he said, I don't have allergies. I'm going outside. My baby,
that's what's up.
All the kids, he was so excited to be outside with no reaction. My baby played under the trampoline. All the kids on top of the trampoline. My baby was like, I'm grounding. I'm in the grass today.
That's what's up. See, that's powerful, and that brings it down to really a human level for people. My sister's kid was like housebound to school, back in the house, and I can only imagine the turmoil and how he had to kind of shelter in. It quelched his personality. So you used food, you used words to help heal that, and that's huge.
And what I did was I took that and I said, okay, I just want to say this, right? Everybody thinks that going plant-based or going vegan means I just have to completely stop everything. You never want to shock your body like that, right? I always tell people, wean yourself off, right? For me and my transition, I already gave up the red meats, right? Prior to that, we was already on our journey to health. I had already given up the red meats. And so what I did was I was like, you know what, every week I'm just going to take away something from, my diet, whether it be something processed, whether it be sweets, whatever it is, right? And I learned about the emotional connections to food. So I would base it on that, right? And if it was salty, if it was spicy, right? I was like, okay, no, we got to get rid of the jerk chicken, right? So I started weaning myself off. And when I saw that it got easier for me not to want these things and my body stopped craving for it, and the parasites that are like, hey, feed me, right? Once those started dying, and I was like, oh, I'm no longer craving for a glass of milk with some Oreos on the side of my bed at 11 o'clock at night. Now we're working. I'll wean myself off. And in the process that I teach, that's what I go by. I teach people, listen, it's 4 weeks, right? And every month, go through it and go at your own pace. Don't compare yourself to, right, me. Don't compare yourself to my brother. Compare yourself to the old you, right? Who you don't, who you are today and who you're trying to be. That's the only comparison, right? Because your journey is different from mine. My journey is different.
Absolutely.
So I lost that. Listen, I'm an eater. I still eat, right? Don't think because I'm plant-based, I don't grub. We grubs over here. But
always.
It's so many different things you can do with vegetables and fruit. There is so many ways. And people think
Forget so many ways. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna go shorter than that. I've been plant-based for 8 years.
Come on.
I still ate fruits this year that I had never eaten in my life, and there are still tons more left. So forget fixing it and cooking it a fancy way. You can eat a new fruit every week for the rest of your life almost,
and be good.
or a new vegetable,
and be good.
And so just that variety alone brings excitement. And it's like, because one of the things that people often say is, I got to give up everything I love. That's because you eat a small fraction of what's edible on this planet.
Right.
Think about now that you don't eat that, all the extra stuff that you get to eat because you're not only eating the same 5 items.
Right. People don't even know that your palate has the ability to change over time. Once you remove something from like the 10-day challenge we do with the juicing, right? These people were like, Key, I don't even have a taste for these foods that I used to like. I don't even like. They tried it, they went back, right? Because they'll always do that.
I gotta taste it. I want to see.
I just want to see. They're like, Key, I can't. I got sick, or Key,
stomach turning.
Taste right? Because your palate changes. Everything rebuilds itself when you're on any type of detox, right? All your organs, all that stuff changes. So you're right.
Not even just all that changes. Even if you looked at the fact that every day you have cells that die and have to be replaced. So at some point throughout this journey, when you're eating foods, you're replacing the building blocks that those cells are built with. So that means those building blocks are going to require and want different things to go back to why your taste buds end up changing and how it happens. I like to break it down so that they understand. That's like your body rebuilds itself every time you go to sleep. And whatever you put into your body the day before or that day is what it's using to rebuild yourself.
Yep.
So that's why if you're eating, let's just call it what it is, dead food.
Yep.
If you're eating, because as soon as you kill that chicken, kill that cow, kill that pig, kill that whatever it was, the life is gone from it. That meat starts to decay from that moment.
Yep.
So if you're eating dead food, what life can your cells build from that?
Hello, you created a cemetery in your body for these I don't think people be hearing me when I say that. I be telling people.
Yeah, I be trying out, and so maybe I would be a little bit more successful if I started freaking people out by using those terms. But like, because I try to keep it up aboard, like, because I try not to make anybody feel bad for what they want to do, but I want people to understand the levity and the severity of the situation.
Yep.
How can your body build life from something that's lifeless.
Hello. The cells are many, all of the cells are built the same way you as a whole organism is built, right? They have the same inside the cells, right? The same way you got a liver, the same way you got the immune system, right? The lymphatic system is what I say, right? The same
Right.
is the same way the cell. So imagine, right? And even when we don't use the bathroom, something as small as that, not using the bathroom after our meals.
No, we're not gonna talk. We're not gonna say something as small as that. We're gonna get it because again, throughout the rest of the week, I'm gonna be talking about plant-based fat loss. Tomorrow, we're gonna talk about the gut microbe. On Wednesday, we're gonna talk about inflammation, and on Thursday, we're gonna talk about fiber. And all three of those ties into what you just talked about: not going to the bathroom. Going to the bathroom is your body's saying, "I don't need this anymore. It is waste.
Waste.
I don't need it. This is toxic to me. Let's get it out." Well, if
Right.
it's sitting inside of you, your body does what your body does and it absorbs what's in it.
Right.
So if you have waste sitting in your body for longer than it needs to, your body's reabsorbing everything it tried to get rid of, which means now your kidneys, your liver has to work again to process it while processing the other toxin that was already in it, which is why we end up with toxic overload. And people are like, well, I got kidneys, I got a liver, they already detox the body. Why do I need the detox? Just the same way that you get a tune up on your car and get your oil changed because the filter gets clogged up from use.
Right.
I try to use synonyms and bring some level of comedy to it so that people can make the connection of real life because the human body is nothing but an expensive sports car.
Everything around us is built off of the way the human body is made. Look at the way potato chips are made. They take the potatoes, right? They put it in through a system. Look at the way a system of the way these processed foods are made. They have the digestive system where they break it all down on the inside, right? And then after they break it down,
They reconstruct it
on this belt. Now you got this pretty waste that the machine done already ate up, processed all the minerals you needed, right? Now we did it for you. Now you about to go and eat waste, right? So it's all this, like they make the machines and the things that are built to feed us based off the makeup of your body.
Because this is the greatest machine, the greatest organism ever created.
Ever.
It still blows my mind. The system is self-repairing. As long as it has the right ingredients, the system is self-repairing.
Say it again.
And this is the part that's crazy. The system, your body, is self-repairing. Means that as long as you create the right situation, your body's going to do what your body has always done. So let's break it down even more. What you are two little things that came together and multiplied and multiplied and multiplied and multiplied until there was this other organism, and then within that it started to multiply again to make the organs, and then multiply some more to make the digits, and then multiply more to make the expenditures, and then multiply more to make the hair, and then multiply more to make... The body was designed to create life.
Right.
Hence, it has a built-in mechanism to sustain it. The only reason why the body even ages is because we do not live in a vacuum.
Hello.
Now I may be getting too sciencey for some people here. Because in a vacuum, nothing ever changes. All things are the same. So if the body lived in a vacuum, it would live forever. The reason the body decays is that we introduce toxins, we introduce foods that are not conducive to the body doing what it would normally want to do.
Yeah, that part.
Whew. All right, so I feel like I got sidetracked there because it goes deep. Anybody who wants to make the transition and make it simple, not easy, go click the link in my bio, get the plant-based bundle. It is a collaboration of over 100 different content creators that have put in their programs, their ebooks, their time, their love, their care into $8,000 worth of products for $50.
I was just about to say, y'all shouldn't even still be here. Like, y'all should be running.
Go over there, do that, and then come back because it's only available until midnight. I have failed you this past week. I kind of fell off the map. I fell into a little bubble. I fell into my own head, and I was supposed to be doing one of these live every day last week. I wasn't in it. I failed y'all. So tonight we're gonna go until everybody that's in my audience come on, log in, jump off, go get that, come back, all that good stuff. And it's not. And yes, I do get monetary gain out of it, but for me, it's more about what you save. Again, if you buy 3 of my products, you're going to spend more than $50.
Right.
There are 3 of my products in this product.
Right.
Let alone. So I push it because anybody who has a question, there's something in there for everybody. You want to know how to juice. There are at least 30 juicing guides in there. If you want to know about eating raw, because everybody's asking me about raw recipes. I eat raw sometimes, not like that. There are over 20 raw guides, eating raw guides in there. If you want to know about vegan Sunday dinner, holiday recipes, soul food, you got me. You got other melanated content creators in there. You got my sister, guess who's vegans info is in there. If you don't want to join my coaching program, there are fitness programs. Hell, if you want to start your own plant-based business, there is a plant-based business module in there where there is $8,000 worth of programs, courses, and guides in this bundle. When they reached out to me, I was elated. So I don't know if you know the bodybuilder Corian Sutton.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
His products are in there.
Oh my. Y'all in there for a treat.
Mm-hmm. Year before last, Badass Vegan had hit some of his products in there. Because when they reached out to me, I was like, I don't know if this is one of them scam things or one of this whatever. I reached out to him, like, I've seen your name on there. Let me reach out.
What's up?
And he was like, hey, it's the real deal. Do it. And I was so when I say it is an honor to be a part of it and it's an honor to tell you all about it, it's an honor because I feel like I made it. You know what I'm saying? Like the number in my audience don't really mean much to me because that's just people on the internet. I'm still a regular dude from St. Louis, Missouri. I just happen to live in South Florida right now. You did. So that's why my R's feel to hear and sound the way they are. So it was an honor when they reached out and for me to be able to collaborate with all of these other content creators that have spent as much time as me honing their craft and building their skill to help other people heal. Because I'm on a mission to help 1 million families break the generational curse of passing on bad eating habits. And this was an opportunity to be a part of that. So even if the other people that sold the product,
right,
I ain't getting not a dime from that, but they got my name. They see my stuff, so it's going to help them along their journey, and that's all it takes. Like right now, me sitting here talking to Key, somebody from her audience may hear my message different than they heard it from her, or somebody in my audience may hear it from her, and that's why last year when I first started this, every week for a year, I interviewed one of us somewhere along on the journey so people could hear it from somebody that looked like them. I interviewed people that were 2-day vegan, 20-year vegan, not vegan yet, was like, I think I want to, but I don't quite know what yet.
Right.
So yes, that's what I was saying. Like, I want to bring you back because I'm bringing that back. I want to bring it back at the beginning of the year. I may start it even sooner.
Yes.
I've got to figure out what date it's going to be on. But anybody that really wants to make this lifestyle, even if you're just curious about the lifestyle, you've wasted $50 on something else. Like literally wasted.
No, we waste $50 daily. If you are a person supposed to this is a day, right? You wake up, right? You go to put your gas in your car, necessary, right? $20 minimum because gas is super high right now, right?
Big fact.
Put your gas in your car, you gotta go and you gotta have something to eat, right? You're gonna waste $10, $15 there, right? Maybe 20 because right now how it is. Then later on at night, you don't feel like cooking, so you say, "Family, we go on a Friday."
Yes, Starbucks.
You waste the money there. It every day we spend money without us even knowing we're spending it. So that $50 bundle for an $8,000 value, like you're not even paying $50 for monetary gain.
No,
You're paying $50
for access.
value. That is the key substance there. It's not you're not paying to put food on my table. You're paying to provide a service for you that is going to change your lifestyle. And not only yours, guess what it's going to do? You're going to be able to pass this down to your children. Children do not listen to what you say, they listen to what you do. Come on back. Come on back.
I ain't got enough space in my office. I have to do something. I was looking. I need my little air horn or something because she just. Hold on, I got something for you. Get on down here. Come on. This thing, I forgot how magnetized this thing was. Let me. Message. That ties back into why I did it. I went plant-based. So I heard your story. And I appreciate and love it, man. That is beautiful that you did that for him. Mm-hmm. I was proactive. In 2013, my mom passed away of cancer.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
I had already been vegetarian, bouncing forth back in between vegetarian and pescatarian since 99. I ain't gonna put no numbers out there. I'm 41 now, but since 99. So from 99 to 2013, I bounced back and forth between vegetarian, pescatarian, ITAL, you know what I'm saying? Somewhere in between. My mom passed, and I was like, yeah. World upside down. I was a mama. I'm the youngest kid. I was a mama's boy, not in the, oh, you talk to your mama, but my mama was my best friend. Like I'll talk to my mama weekly. Like, so there's only one other person that knows as much about me as that lady did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the only stuff she don't know is the stuff that this other person know because I couldn't tell my mama. You did. But my brother, I know he ain't on Instagram, but Bubs, you know who you is. All right. What was I talking about? So so no. So my world was upside down. Mm-hmm. In 2014, my first son was born.
Oh wow.
Me and my now ex-wife sat and looked at each other, knowing when she got pregnant, it was like she knew she had health issues. She transitioned to eating vegetarian with me once we got together, and she was like, we got to go vegan. And I said, okay, but what about my fish?
Yeah.
What about my red snapper?
Right.
And she said, well, and I wasn't the cook. I didn't cook. So I was like, she said, well, you can have red snapper when you cook it. I said, okay, I guess we vegan. But we did it. We made that choice because not only did my mom pass away of cancer, my mom had heart attacks when she was in her 40s.
Jesus.
My mom had diabetes. My dad had diabetes, gout, high blood pressure. Uncle had heart disease. So I knew I was predisposed. Aunt died of cancer years before. So I knew I was predisposed to these things. Right. And the only way that everything that I just mentioned is a lifestyle. So the only way for me to avoid putting my son through the pain that I went through of not being able to show my child to their grandmother, I wasn't going to do that. I was not going to put my son through what I felt like growing up with my father, who was overweight and too tired to play with me after he got off with his shift at work.
Come on.
Because my parents had me late in life. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So when I was 10, my father was 45. So you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I mean, that's not old. I mean, I'm 41. My son is 8, and we run around. But back then, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's it felt like a huge 8. That's 35 years difference. Mm-hmm. Versus I got friends who got that 18, 20 year difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I knew what it was like to grow up with an inactive father, and I wasn't going to relegate my son to that. I wasn't going to put my son at a disposition where he had to overcome and outlearn the eating habits that now me in my 30s I had to unlearn.
Right.
Give thanks. I appreciate about all the comments. So I think we've been rambling. What questions do y'all have? And that's so everybody, I got some specific questions for you because man, that's what happens when family come together. We get to chatting and talking. We forget what the whole purpose was. So
here.
No, because it's all been valuable and it's all been on topic still. So it's not really like it's been off. But because you've gone through what I am coaching people through about the whole series, the whole reason I came on here is understanding plant-based fat loss. Mm-hmm. And you said that you lost 110 pounds.
Yes. And not even see, and that's the thing too, like when you said she still was eating some processed foods and you know what I'm saying, she just had to make it work, right? Some of us don't have it to be like, okay, I'm just going to get all organic everything, right? So you got to make it do what it do. I literally was like, listen, okay, my knees is hurting, right? That's normal. My kids, they coming in the room, and then even with the addiction to escapism, the drink, the smoking, right? I had to change that. So once I started working on my mindset and actually surrendering to it, I started getting in the kitchen. I already am like the cook for my family, like my immediate family, as well as like some of my extended family. And I was like, well, let me just try some stuff, right? And what I did was I took recipes, right? Like my kids back then, we love Hamburger Helper, right?
Dig it.
Like, that sounds easy to whip up. I was like, let me figure out how to make me a vegan Hamburger Helper. I started getting in that kitchen. I started playing with different things. And then I started learning about mushrooms. I was like, oh, it's a superfood. And on top of that, I can make what? I can tap in with chicken and not have chicken? All right, cool. So I started whipping it up. And as I went on in the process, I learned to, my biggest portion of my weight loss was the mornings, not consuming the pancakes and the bacon and egg and cheese, right? The turkey, bacon, egg and cheese, not all of that, right? But instead replacing that meal with fruit. Once I learned about the circadian rhythm, it was over. It was over. I was like, oh, I know what schedule. I know how to eat now. In the morning, me and the kids, we still do this till this day. For the last year and a half, we don't eat nothing in the morning but fruit, smoothies, or juices, right? Up until 12 p.m. because we know the body naturally detoxes from 4 a.m. to 12 p.m. We helping the body, not going against it. So once it was over. Then I was like, oh, okay, I wasn't even hungry. After I got 2-3 weeks into eating the fruit, I wasn't even hungry for lunch like that. I was like, oh, I can have me a salad. And then I started getting crazy with the salads. I was like, oh, salad.
But you have to, because who just wants to eat lettuce and tomato, man?
Salads are.
And that's what I'm like, oh, salad. So one of the recipes that my clients get is called a big ass salad. Ooh, because that's literally what it is.
I love it.
It's two different type of dark leafy greens, quinoa, chickpeas, your favorite cruciferous vegetables. So for those who don't know, cruciferous vegetables are your broccolis, your cauliflowers, all of that. And I'm not one of those people who say don't eat hybrid fruits. It grew off the ground. Eat that motherfucker.
It's a crossbird of two of the vegetables, you know.
Period. All right. So I'm gonna get sidetracked for a second because I love my alkaline brothers and sisters. I love them all. However, you got to meet people where they are. If I got people that are eating ho-hos and ding-dongs every day, it does not make sense to them for you to tell them that broccoli, which is actually healthy, is unhealthy. It's confusing.
You got to meet them.
Anything that is alive on this earth right now, period, point blank, is only alive because of crossbreeding and hybridization.
Come on.
It would not have survived.
Come on.
Every plant, every tree started from the same tree, the same plant. It just hybridized and adapted to wherever it was taken, and it ground and crossbred with something else. Not crossbred, cross-pollinated with something else. Let's use the correct terms here. I don't want nobody to come for me in the comments. Oh, he said that the plants was breeding. That's why it's wrong. They pollinated. They cross-pollinated. You put two plants close enough together, they're going to cross-pollinate. Period. That's what they do. That's why you got daffodils that are different colors.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to what we were talking about. Eat plant-based. I got sidetracked just that quick and that's why it's so hard for me to make content sometimes and to go live, and that's why I can't go live by myself. I have to do it with somebody else.
So much to talk about.
It's so much, and each layer goes into the next layer that you can go down one rabbit hole and forget where you started.
Right.
But it's all interconnected at the same time because it's still all the same system. It's still all the same. Yes, that we're talking about hybridization and making it simple. Yes, please eat your fruits and vegetables. Big ass salad. That's what I was talking about. Because we start talking about cruciferous vegetables. See, I be finding my way back. And then on top of that, you got your carrots, you got your and then you on top of that add avocado.
Come on.
Because the avocado is going to substitute for you needing to add any olive oil or any extra oils. Stop adding oils to your salad, people. Stop adding oils to your anything, because any additional added oil is just additional fat for your body to process, and the body cannot process the fat from your food and the fat that's in your body at the same time. Because in order for your body to process the fat, it has to break the bond, and I forget exactly what it's called because it ain't in front of me. It's one of those scientific names, the triflavonoid bond.
Mm-hmm.
And it can't do that if you keep eating liquid fat, which is all oil is. It's just liquid fat. All right, I digress. So, but again, so your salads are more than just greens and tomatoes. Because there's so much variety. So I think she may have. She dropped out on me. She'll be back. But this is a good interim to say, if you haven't already, if you're just joining me, go get the plant-based bundle. You have until midnight Eastern Standard Time today, so you got 2 hours left to pick that up. And my sister's coming back. Boom. You got 2 hours left. I would say I would go live until it is no longer live, but I'm going to have to put the chillins to bed in a little while. They're having fun with being able to stay up because I told them we was getting back on our regular schedule. But this is taking precedence over that right now. They're asleep. I'll sleep. We'll get some sleep eventually. But yeah, man. So if you didn't get the bundle yet, get off of this live, go get the bundle, then come back and get the knowledge. Because this live is going to be put back on so you can go back and watch it. It has turned a lot longer than I thought it was. But it don't really matter to me. Time is irrelevant when it's about serving and teaching. That's what I'm here for. And the more I talk to y'all, the more I get out of my own head. And as long as I'm out of my own head, I can't do no damage.
All right.
So I'd rather be out of my head and talking to y'all about what I know and what and I would say what I think I know, but I think I read enough and had enough success stories to stand on. And that's what I get in my own head sometimes. It's like, I don't know what I know, but like right now, literally on my desk is How Not to Diet. And this is a thick ass book.
Let me tell you something. I'm over here. Look, I'm the same way with 1,000 books, sitting here doing my research and trying to figure out this. The one thing.
That's a great book. I worked for Keller Williams a while ago. I was a real estate agent before I did this. So not my first venture, but my first. Can't say my first venture at entrepreneurship since I moved to Florida. Let's put it that way. I went into real estate and I worked for Keller Williams, and that was one of the books. The biggest thing is work on one thing. Find the one thing in your life that's going to have the greatest impact on every area in your life and work on that thing.
Right.
What is the plant-based bundle? The plant-based bundle, great question for everybody who hasn't heard it already. I'll say it again. The plant-based bundle is a collaboration of over 100 content creators that have put in their courses, their ebooks, in their programs. It is $8,869 worth of products and services for $50. You're going to get 3 of my products, my Southern Sunday Dinner Made Vegan recipe book. You're going to get my Going Plant-Based Made Simple video series, as well as my 7-week primal abs, which is just 7 weeks of abs and a plant-based meal plan. And it comes with a plant-based meal plan. That's just my stuff. On top of raw vegan guides, juicing guides, weight loss guides, mindset guides, business running guides. There are over 1,000 recipes in that bundle. That alone pegs it. $50. Get off the live, go get it, come back.
Yes. You only got
you got 2 hours left. It is 2 hours, midnight Eastern Standard Time. You ain't even got a full 2 hours because it's 10:02.
Well, listen.
So
too for me.
But yeah, man. So I appreciate you, Key. You brought life back to your boy, because I definitely probably wouldn't have been on here this long if you wouldn't have jumped in. Because I can talk, but I feel like I talk in circles, and once I've said it, everybody heard me, so why repeat it? But not everybody heard it because people are just getting on. What do you recommend in terms of keeping plant-based foods affordable? Eat what's in your budget.
That part.
So my homegirl, Cooking with Joya.
I love
go
her.
Go follow her and go look at her Thanksgiving recipe. Thanksgiving meal. She made a Thanksgiving meal with foods just from the dollar store.
At the dollar store, I saw that.
So the first thing that you're going to do to make plant-based affordable for you is stop listening to these people on the internet and on here that tell you don't eat canned foods, don't eat frozen foods, don't eat regular fruits and vegetables. That's the first thing you do. That's the first thing you do, is stop listening to those people. In an ideal world, if you had enough income to sustain it, yes, you do not want to eat canned foods because you will lessen your exposure to BPA. The quality of the foods have already been cooked, so you're typically going to get a higher sodium intake with eating canned foods. But would I rather you eat a canned food or go to McDonald's?
Canned food it is.
Eat the goddamn canned food, please.
Canned food for $200, please.
So that's how I am with putting things into perspective. Do I eat canned foods? Not a lot. When I need it for convenience, absolutely. I'd rather eat out of a can than go spend the extra money to have somebody else cook the food.
Yep.
Because that's all you're doing when you go to a restaurant.
Cooking with Joya.
Cooking with who? Cooking with Joya. Joya.
And also, I'm another one. Y'all can follow me
Yeah,
too.
yeah. If you're not already following my sis here, please do. Sunny Speaks Vegan.
Yes.
I really wish down with Deja.
Yes.
There are tons of people in this space that are giving you recipes that you can follow. Go get the bundle. So the easiest way to make to go back to answer your question, eat foods that you can afford. Go to Walmart, go to the dollar store, shop, buy canned goods, and above canned goods, buy dry goods.
Yes.
Buy a pound bag of chickpeas is $1.25. That's with inflation. It was 99 cents a few months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago. I don't remember exactly what it is. But a pound of any bean you want, black beans, chickpeas, lentils, all of that, $1. And out of a pound of dry beans, when you soak them, they're going to expand so you get more.
Yeah.
So dry goods is going to be one. So to dial it back, the key to living on a plant-based budget is planning ahead. My sister was talking about take it day by day. It's cool to take it day by day. Let's go a little bit bigger. Let's take it week by week.
That part.
Each week, plan ahead what you think your week should look like and what you need to do. Because now you know which you can take stock of what you have in your kitchen already in your cabinets, and you can say, okay, I need to go get this, I need to go get this, I need to go get that. And I can stretch this, I can stretch this.
Yep.
2, batch cook your meals. Don't cook for now. Buy in bulk. Join Sam's Club, BJ's, Costco's.
Yep.
You can go buy a big bag of quinoa, a 5-pound bag of quinoa for $2 more than you can a 1-pound bag at your regular grocery store.
Oh.
If you don't have access to those stores, your next lines of stores are going to be your dollar stores, your Family Dollar, your Dollar Tree, your Walmarts, what's the other store? And Aldi. Yep. Most people don't even think to go on Aldi. I've been grocery shopping at Aldi since I was 10.
They have some great.
And their food has gotten better since then. And just to put it to bed, to put it to rest about shopping at Aldi's, Aldi and Trader Joe's are owned by the same people.
Come on.
It started off as the same company over in Europe. It was the North and the South. The father gave the North to one son and the South to the one son, and they named it Aldi North and Aldi South. But when they came to the States, he brought Aldi, and so that they wouldn't compete with each other, the other one brought it as Trader Joe's.
Right. Another tip, too, is this. Watch this. People be like, I can't afford to be doing this every day, right? Look, I created this system, right, where I took the recipes that I'm used to consuming, like things like lasagna, things like spaghetti, things like the stir fries, right? And I make big batches of these things. So now guess what? Tonight it's fresh, but tomorrow it's better because it's had time to settle the seasonings.
That part. And so by batch cooking, and that's why I got lost. So batch cooking, so you can get all your stuff over here. So batch cooking allows you to cook everything at once, break it down into portions, and either put it in the fridge or put it in the freezer. Yep. So especially if you batch cook some soup, and if you're a single person, or you and a couple kids, or you and your spouse, you eat soup for 2 days. You don't want that. Put the rest in the freezer, and now you got a quick meal that you can pull out. That cost you $3 per meal, because you can make a big pot of soup. I mean, a huge pot of soup, maybe $7 at most.
Yep.
$8 if you want to go organic.
Yep.
And you're going to feed a family of 4 at least 2 to 3 times off of that.
Yep.
So it's not expensive. It gets expensive when you get fancy. When you gotta have the vegan processed stuff, or you gotta have the maker-like meals. Because for me to make my baked mac and cheese costs a lot, because I gotta buy so many different cheeses. I gotta buy the cashews, because there's cashew. I make my own cashew cheese to go in there. So there's cashews that's $9.99 a pound. Mm-hmm. You got the BioLife cheese. You got 2 or 3 different BioLife cheeses. That's $9.99 a pack. So that's almost $30 in cheese alone. I ain't even bought the first noodle yet. So if you want to start making certain stuff, yes, it gets expensive, but you can keep it simple.
Very.
And when and this always blows people's minds when I make this comparison or this rationale for them. What piece of meat would you eat without seasoning it first?
None.
So what really tastes good, the meat or the seasoning?
Can you say it again? I tell my folks, please season your food. Let the ancestors guide you. Don't use ego. Let the ancestors guide you. It's never a time where you took a piece of chicken out the pack, threw it in the pan, and just fried it up, pan-seared it, or whatever, without salt baying it, right? Or without getting your sazon and your adobo. Season your vegetables and fruits. Learn textures.
You ain't even gotta learn textures. No, you're making it difficult again. You gotta learn something for that. No. You taking them to second grade. I'm keeping them at kindergarten, Key. I'm keeping them at kindergarten. Simple. Season your vegetables the same way you season your meat, and you'll be good. And then after you get used to that, then you can take it to first and second grade and start learning textures. Now I say that because when my ex left me, I had to go back to the drawing board. I don't cook. I'm a recipe person. Give me a recipe and I can follow that.
Right.
I didn't know how to cook vegan because I learned how to make pancakes because I was in charge of breakfast on Saturdays. The rest of the week was on her.
I'm gonna do you better. Look, go get the bundle, because now guess what? You don't have to sit in kindergarten. You homeschooled at this point. You already in second grade at this point with bundle.
That part.
They done went and did the work for the textures. They done went and did the work for what seasonings. They done went
all of that. Man,
the cook.
If this, I wish this bundle was available 8 years ago. Y'all are spoiled. You people that are new to this plant-based lifestyle, you people that are new to this vegan stuff, y'all spoiled. Why? Because you got people like me, you got people like Key, you got people like and because it has become the thing, there are more of us in the space, and everybody's doing their thing. So there are so many people for me to learn from. 8 years ago, it was some, but you had to look for it. Now you ain't even got to look for it.
Right.
All you got to do is take vegan and black, and you going to see all us. Type vegan and black 10 years ago. You might have get them five. You know what I'm saying? You got Chef Babette that was going to pop up. You got Tory Washington that was going to pop up. You know what I'm saying? You had a couple people. But now the gambit is there. Y'all got it You got it simple, not easy. Because I'm never going to trick you and tell you it's easy. It's easy for me because it's second nature.
Right.
It's easy because I don't think about it and my why is big enough. That's why I can say it's easy. My why is big enough.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but it can be simple.
Simple.
1, 2, 3. Just like IKEA. Like IKEA made a business model out of making you build your own dang on furniture.
Hello.
Because they made it simple. They said, here's the tool. It may break before you're done, but here's the tool and here's the instructions. That's why I have my Healthy and Fit 90 Day. Key has her programs in there, and then there's a slew of others, or there's the bundle you can get until midnight that will help hold your hand. That's the tools. Now you got it. That's the tools and the plan.
Right.
Now all you got to do is get to building.
People like you have already done the work. It's so simple these days. And I'm what? Almost 2 years. Even when I started, right? It still wasn't as broad as it is right now. I think that right when the pandemic hit.
The pandemic, yes.
Like, okay, people are going out of here without their health being on point, and I got to get my stuff together, right? That's when you got this introduction and this slew of people like you who the vets, like, oh, it's my time. Let me come on out here and let the old heads come out here and show you a thing or two. Y'all youngins sit down and listen. It's time. You know what I'm saying? So now, but this is the beauty of it. Y'all have done the work, right? So now this is the point, and this is why the currency, right? Everybody expects this. Like we're in this world on Instagram where people are like, free ebook, free this. They give you a taste, but they don't give you the course. They don't give you the meal. They don't give you the meat and potatoes, as some would say, right? They just give you the appetizer. So
that's it. It's marketing.
To pay.
I have a free guide, and it's to get you into my system so that I can send you some stuff so you can get on a call with me. You can short step all of that and book a call. DM me the word healthy. We can figure out whether my 90-day program is for you. If you need a little bit more hold handing than just getting a bunch of guides, because the plant-based bundle is a wealth of knowledge, but it's up to you to still implement it. My Healthy and Fit 90-day program is me giving you the tools and then me holding your hand for 90 days.
Literally.
You get a one-on-one half-hour consultation with me every week to talk about whatever you need to talk about.
Right.
DM me the word healthy if you think you need more help than just the bundle. Go click the bundle if you need the bundle, but if you need more help, do that. Yes, thank you, sis, because that pandemic was a wake-up for a lot of people.
Yes.
That your health impacts you more than you thought. Mm-hmm. Because as unfortunate as it was, the people who were mostly affected by that illness already had health issues.
Yep.
And I need everybody on this live right now and that watches this replay to understand overweight and obesity is a health issue by itself. There is no such thing as healthy overweight. I don't care if your blood numbers are okay today.
Right.
If you are overweight, that is a recipe for disaster. If your body is carrying more fat than it was designed to, I'm not saying everybody needs to be real thin and ripped like me. Not everybody is designed like that. It's hard for me to put on weight. I have to work as hard as it is for you to lose weight. It's hard for me to gain weight. I'm not saying everybody has to look real thin, but your body has a homeostasis of how much fat it should carry. And once you're above that, you're unhealthy because that fat creates chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation creates the ideal zone for disease and illnesses to grow and the cells to mutate. Because cancer, and I'll break this down because this is the crux of my life. Cancer, everybody has cancer cells in their body.
Yep.
The only thing a cancer cell is nothing but a mutated cell. Yep. Each of us has hundreds of thousands of in our body every day. The problem happens is when that mutated cell has the chance to replicate.
Yeah.
And then replicate.
Yeah.
And then replicate. And then replicate. And because we talked about cells being the thing, that cell can't turn into something else. It either has to be broken down and gotten rid of. So now it becomes a mass.
Yeah.
And that's why you got lumps. Because it's a mass of cells that have had the chance to mutate and grow and multiply because of the environment that you created within your body between the acidity of it. I'm not saying your body has to be 100% alkaline because it doesn't need to be alkaline. It needs to be balanced. There's a such thing as being too alkaline. Alkalinosis. All the diseases I be breaking. I know that ain't the right one. Don't butcher me, but you can be too alkaline the same way you can be too acidic. Too much inflammation creates the environment where your body doesn't know what to fight because it's fighting everything.
Right. What is and for in DNA? Acid. Right? So we not supposed to be 100% alkaline. It's about balance.
That part.
You should be a little more alkaline than you are acidic, yes. But you got your DNA like
ribonucleic acid, that it's in the name, so your body needs it. And so that just to go back to it, your body is constantly looking for homeostasis.
That part.
And for those who don't know what homeostasis means, equal playing battlefield. I know I be using my high grade words, and Sonny always like, people got public education. I will use small words, but it's not to be insulting. It's only to get the point across.
That part.
Your body is always looking to get into a natural balance.
Yep.
However, it cannot do it if you don't give it what it needs to create that balance. The food you eat is either going to cause inflammation or take away inflammation. I'm giving y'all some gems that we're going to talk about deeper on Wednesday where we talk about inflammation, but I might as well give it to you now. You're here. You might not be here tomorrow on Wednesday. You might have to work, sleep, something crazy like that. You know what I'm saying? Who needs sleep these days? Everybody needs sleep. It's one of the 5 pillars of health. Get your sleep, please. All right. I digress. What was I talking about before I got off into a tangent?
Balance. You gotta have the homeostasis is balance.
The homeostasis, you're right. Your body is always looking for that balance. That's what it was. It was the food that you eat is either causing inflammation or taking inflammation away. It's that simple. If you're eating whole food plant-based, that means there's fiber and phytonutrients and antioxidants that are built to design to reduce inflammation. Fiber by itself is anti-inflammatory. Again, telling you stuff I'm going to tell you later, but I got you now, so we'll listen. However, everything that's not plant-based, processed foods, inflammatory. Your favorite meat, inflammatory.
Right.
Cheese, dairy, anything that is animal based is inflammatory.
Mm-hmm.
So every time you eat it, your body creates inflammation to help you process it.
Yeah.
Think about that. Remember what I told you at the beginning, what inflammation the body uses inflammation for. The body uses inflammation as a response to heal your body. If you get a splinter, that part is going to get swollen. That's the inflammation bringing the T cells and the antibodies to that area to heal it. So if what you eat causes your body inflammation, let's bring it home. As my homeboy on as one homeboy on roll with me now.
Mm-hmm.
If your body is having an inflammatory reaction to what you are eating, let's put two and two together to make four here.
Mm-hmm.
Probably shouldn't eat it.
Right.
If your body is having an inflammatory reaction to it. Oh, but I needed to get my protein. I need it for this vitamin or that vitamin. Every vitamin that's in that, any nutrient, phytonutrient, subnutrient, macronutrient, whatever category you want to put in, if it's in meat or any animal-based product, it is a byproduct of what that thing ate.
Because I just got finished saying this to someone before I got on here with you. They said, I'm eating these boiled eggs because I need to get my protein. So this is what I said. I said, I don't know what's the deal. I said, let me ask you a question. I said, do these animals, right, when they're intaking this protein, are they storing it somewhere for you when you're ready to eat them? Or are they utilizing it for their own bodies, because they're not expecting to be on your plate, they're actually expecting to live? So in order for me to live, what do I have to do? I got to get my carbs, my proteins and fats in, right? So what I look like, right, me as a little chickadee, what I look like saving this protein for the family of 6 over there. This is used already. Now guess what it is? It's waste. It's the waste. Now you got, and instead of where did they get their protein from?
That's the part right there. Just go, like, everybody talk about they want to, you know what I'm saying, that they want to be the plug, then be the plug for real. Cut out the middleman.
I want to be the outlet.
Go straight to the stores. Come on. But I've actually never put it that way. I love that analogy, and how you put it is that, because I always put it that it's anything that's any nutrients that they're secondhand nutrients. So the protein that's there, your body has to break that protein down to rebuild the protein it needs. But to think of it is there wasn't protein sitting around waiting to be used. It was flesh, just like right now, and like literally, you can get all the protein you want. Go cut up your homeboy. Right? That's it. It's the same idea, because you're getting protein from flesh, which that flesh, the reason. Okay, so just so everybody knows what protein is just a chain of amino acids that are branched together. And guess what muscle is made out of? Amino acids that are branched together.
That's it.
So muscle are protein. So that's why they say you need meat to get protein, when you don't need meat, you just need amino acids.
Please help me, somebody.
And then if you want to get even more granular, there are 21 amino acids on the spectrum, and there are only 9 of them that are essential. So what does that tell you? Your body makes the rest.
When we get a cold, right, or when we get sick, right, and we're our body's going to this state where we try to eat something, and what does the body do? Rejects it. Because the body is saying, if you don't reject this, if you don't take time to give me a break to heal what's going on the inside, I have to do it for you. Our bodies are the most beautifully put together the best things on it, like the body, they quantified the body at like $6 billion or something like that. So you
Wow.
go around in this $6 billion meat suit, right? And you're not even realizing that your body is saying, listen, I'm gonna take care of you. Just chill out. Don't give me what I don't need. But then
Right.
watch this. When you stop, right? When you take away that Chick-fil-A sandwich with them greasy waffle fries, right? Because your body is going to reject it. You're not going to be able to eat it, right? Now you just wasted $10 and swap that out for some soup, right? Now the body is saying, hey, I could stomach this. This is something I could take in. All right, cool, right? And then some of our parents back in the day used to go get you the ginger ale. All right, right? But it was always liquids, right? That's
Big
because
fact.
the body is saying, give me a chance for me to go ahead and say, look, it's like lifting Uber inside the lymphatic system. Yo, I'm about to pick up the food. I'm finna drop it off over there to cell number 3, right? And they gonna get what they need so they can rebuild themselves. All right, boom, I'm gonna send the signal. You go hit the toilet, release that, right? Flush that up out of you. And then 2-3 days later, right? We back on schedule. That's because the way the body is up, it's designed to take care of you so you don't have to take care of it. You only have to take care of your body when you've neglected it and you haven't let it do its job. That's it. So
That part.
grab the bundle because now you don't have to
TikTok.
what do I have to eat? What do I have? Where do I start? Well, you know what? This thing took off for me for 3 weeks. I'm good. I'm fully plant-based, right? I got the bundle. Now I want to start my own thing. In the bundle, $50.
And the boom, right there. Like, so literally you can go from novice to know-how in no time.
I never seen
with this bundle.
I'm sitting over here like I need to probably hop off of here and go grab the bundle myself.
Now, mind you, I am a transparent person. Being a part of the bundle, they gave me last year's bundle. I bought this year's bundle. I paid my own $50 to buy this year's bundle because there are products in this bundle that aren't in last year's bundle, and some of the products crossed over.
See?
So it was worth my $50 to get a few more extra products.
Right.
Now, mind you, I teach people how to do this.
Right.
And I've done. I don't work for anybody else. This is what I've done as a full-time way to sustain me and my 2 sons for the last 2 years. And I'm still getting information.
I'm on.
There's never too much information with this lifestyle because there's other people's outlooks. Just like right now, sitting here talking to Key, I've come up with 2 different additional ways to explain this lifestyle to somebody.
Yeah.
And if me saying it like Key says it is what makes it click for them, please. And just think about it. For you, if you were able to affect just one other person in your family and help them live one day longer. I'm not going to sell you no fantasies. If you help one person in your family live one day longer, what would that mean for your family?
Right. I got one better for you. My grandmother, right? My grandmother is the reason why I am a certified juice therapist now. My grandmother called me one day because I had been talking about it to my family. I show up to the family gatherings with my bag of mushrooms and my own grapeseed oil and my own chickpea flour. And I show up and make dinner and prepare whatever I need to for me and my children so that they don't feel like, okay, well, it's nothing here. Can we just grab the pizza? Nope, mommy got it. You know what I'm saying? And they're always in my plate. Well,
absolutely.
And watch this, though. My grandmother, she called me. She was like, Nakia, listen, I don't know what's going on, but them doctors trying to tell me something wrong with my kidneys, and that ain't what we doing, right? So she was like, it's stage 3. Cool. I said, Grandma, we're going to get you together. I put my grandmother on, she did this for 3 weeks before she went back to the doctors. And she did all juicing, and she did, she had a little bit of salmon here and there, right? But she did majority juicing and greens, right? And she went to the doctors, and she texted me, and she said, you know, my grandmother, she's very, very spiritual. She said, glory be to God. Thank you, Jesus. It wasn't nothing but God. And my grandbaby, do you know the doctor told me they ain't seen no signs? They asked me what I was doing. I told them mind their business. I said it was God. I said that's. So I was like, I know that's right, Grandma. But it's moments like that, right? That teach you that, yes, as I'm a student, right? Always a student, sometimes a teacher, right? As I'm a student, though, I begin to learn more and more about this lifestyle. And guess what? I get to help change lives. I get to help people, like he said, live longer. My grandmother, that is my twin. I look like this woman. Look like this woman. I'm her favorite granddaughter. Don't tell my cousins, but I'm her favorite granddaughter, right? And to be able to do a good deed like that, where it could have easily went left, where she surrendered, but my grandmother has a strong mindset. She didn't claim the disease. She didn't claim none of what they told her. She said, that's not the case. I'm going to go and I'm going to figure it out, right? And as she figured it out in her mental and she surrendered to it, she came and got help from somebody like me that has been living in my truth, that has been actually accomplishing things in what you always have to be in it. So once you get in it, I see somebody say, I got to start taking it seriously, right? Yeah, today is the last day for you not taking it serious. Because guess what? Later on down the line, you never know who gonna need you. You never know. And it's always somebody, because this is the way the universe works. It's always that somebody, right? Who you love and would you'll go to war, you'll go to bat for this person. That's the way it's going to test you, because how much do you love them? How much do you love yourself? How much do you love you? So that $50 investment for this bundle, right? And I'm leaving off on this note. That $50 investment, because we're going to do another live. We're going to do
facts, big facts.
But that $50 investment that you're making is not just for you. It is for generations. Anytime you take the step to break generational curses or to create legacy, you have to go 7 years backwards, which is grandma, great-grandma, great-great-grandma, right? And 7 years forward, which is your children, their children, their children's children. That's how we break those curses. But it only starts with one person, and that's you. Once you begin you'll be able to love anybody. So go.
And the greatest form of self-love is what you put in your mouth.
Go get the bundle. That's your first step right there. Going to grab that bundle. That shows that you surrendered to the fact that I need change. Because my bro Koo, he always say, progress is a process that requires no nonsense. So let's get nonsense, right? Let's go get the plant-based bundle, right? And make the first investment to generational wealth. Let's get the first investment to breaking generational curses. Let's get the first investment to starting legacy for our families, because those are the three things that we claim. We're so quick to claim them. Oh, I got to break these generational curses. There's a whole bunch of generational curses on my family. Who is going to actually put in the work to break the cycle? It starts with you. You on the live, not by coincidence. You are here on purpose. Everybody on here needed to hear these words and these messages, because it was the Most High designed this live specifically for you. I've been on many lives where those lives were for me, and I knew they were for me, and I acted on it, because guess what? The action takers are the money makers. You won't get to any type of wealth without your health.
Big facts.
That's why they say health is wealth. What is the root word in wealth? Well. To be. Cannot help I cannot spend $1 million from sitting in a bedridden. I can't spend $1 million happily. It can be in my bank account, but will I be able to enjoy the fruits of my labor? Will I be able to watch my children play, laugh, and enjoy every dollar? Will I be able to leave here, right, and my spirit sit well, knowing that I left those broken generational curses behind me, and I moved forward 7 generations forward, right, with legacy and generational wealth and generational health.
Facts, man.
That's all.
Yo, you dropping them on them. So I'm gonna let you go, but I had a question. You can DM me the answer. You said that you are a certified juice therapist.
Yes.
Send me the details on that, because I'm looking for some additional stuff so yeah, we'll chat offline on that. But I appreciate every ounce of energy, knowledge, everything you brought tonight, sis. I so much appreciate it. I knew this is how the energy was gonna be between us, but to knowing and believing is different. You know what I'm saying? So this is one for the books. This is definitely going to go up back onto the replay. So everybody go ahead. I'll make sure that I tag you. I will probably, if I can, and if I'm able to tag the address, so it can add to your page too. If we can go through all of that funkiness, we'll figure that out too. But all right, sis, have a good night.
All right. Peace, bro.
Peace. So as you can tell, my friend, this lifestyle has so many benefits. I'm not going to brush over what my sis just went over, because it's not me, but I'm fighting back the emotions that I feel about it. She said that she helped her grandma reverse kidney issues. Think about the severity of that. Kidney issues, once you begin to age, are not something that's easily to repair or to come back from if it goes too far down the road. And sis did that by using plants. That is huge. If you could add one more day, one more week, one more month, one more year to your life, would you do it? Is your life that valuable to you? If it is, find out how to feed yourself properly. The plant-based bundle is a good starting point. It's not the end-all, be-all, but it will take you from novice to know-how in no time. There are over 1,000 recipes. You could do a new recipe every day for the next few years with this bundle alone. It's $50 investment in your health, in your future, in your family's health. Just think about it. If you were to change your lifestyle and take on a plant-based lifestyle, and then you were to affect your aunt, your mother, your father, your grandmother, and were able to extend their life by just one day, would that be worth $50 to you? It's one additional day with a family member that you care about, or giving additional day of your life to your family. Is that worth $50 to you? Is it worth it to you to give up the things that are taking your life away? If it is, click the link in my bio. The bundle is only available until midnight Eastern Standard Time. So you got about an hour and 20 minutes left if you haven't already. Leave this live and go get that. The rest of this week, I will be going live at 9 o'clock to talk about the other factors of understanding plant-based fat loss. So tonight, I gave you a quick overview about what we were going to cover. Me and my sister Key, we did a deep dive into a bunch of different levels of this plant-based lifestyle. Tomorrow, we'll talk about the gut microbe, what foods you need to eat. Well, first understanding what the role it plays in your health and your body with fat loss, and then the foods you need to eat to ensure that you have a healthy gut microbe. On Wednesday, we'll cover inflammation and all the aspects of that. On Thursday, we'll cover fiber and all the aspects of that. And then on Friday, we'll do a catch-all where we'll tie it all together. If you need more help than some guides, you want someone to hold your hand through the process of getting healthy, making the change to a plant-based lifestyle, or even losing fat while already being plant-based because you've tried it and just haven't been able to attain it, DM me the word healthy, and we'll start a conversation about my Healthy and Fit 90-day program where you get a full meal plan, you get a customized workout plan, and you get one-on-one guidance and coaching with me and my team. DM me healthy. It's time for me to go put these children in the shower and to bed. I hope this live was helpful for you. I hope it was able to reach you and help you overcome any objections, any obstacles that have been standing in your way, and in making the changes you need to make for you to be your healthiest self possible. Because it's about your health. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm healthy at the end of the day. I know my little ones are healthy. However, my little ones have to grow up in the world with you and your little ones. And I would love if they can all be as healthy as possible, because when you're healthy on the inside, that's one less thing for you to have to focus on and worry about, so you can really focus on improving yourself and improving the life around you. And that's really what it's all about. How you treat yourself, how you love yourself is going to reflect in everybody around you. And it's going to reflect in everybody around them. So treat your body, treat yourself with the utmost by feeding it healthy, nutrient-rich, life-giving food by going and eating plant-based. The bundle is available. It is over 1,000 recipes, over 200 ebooks, guides, and programs from over 200 different content creators who have dedicated their life to helping people live healthier. I know why I do it. I've seen enough of my family and friends suffer to ill health. So I made it my mission to help other people improve the quality of their life and break the bad habit of passing on bad eating habits. So I spend time reading, watching documentaries, watching information, studies, so that I can give you and decipher and distill that information down to simple, easy steps for you to follow. Because it's not easy, it's simple. When you have the right tools, the right systems in place, it's simple. Nothing worth having is ever easy. Otherwise, everybody would have it. If it was easy to eat healthy, if it was as easy to eat healthy as it would to eat unhealthy, all the unhealthy food companies would go out of business. It's not easy, but it can be simple. What's the difference between easy and simple? Simple is follow step A, B, C, D, and you'll get to your destination. Easy is all I got to do is go 1, 2, and I'm done. That's the difference between for me. So if you want to make this journey simpler, more simple, because it's more simple for you, click the link in the bio, get the bundle. Join me the rest of this week at 9 o'clock for more information on how to lose fat while living and eating plant-based. Till later. Peace.